Good morning, beautiful people. So instead of putting myself on here, I thought I would show everybody this beautiful sunshine that comes right through my bedroom window every morning, and I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. Um, so I'm wanting to talk about something that's not so blessed today, but if we get this, then it can be a blessing. So I want to talk about people self-sabotaging themselves when they don't get their way or control of another person or a situation. So I actually experienced this the other day, not with myself, but I've probably done this, I'm sure, 100 times, but with some family members which were arguing. So one's not getting their way and the other one's not getting their way, and so they're going to self-sabotage themselves. They said to me, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. That's something that it was a goal that they were trying to achieve. So they weren't going to do that because they weren't going to get their way. So it was self-sabotaging themselves. They weren't like lashing out to that other person, because actually these two people love each other. But I guess we have been taught to, if we feel sad or we can't take control of something, that we should take something away from ourselves. Sorry, my throat is messed up right now. So I'm not going to achieve this. I'm not going to do this because I'm not having control over the situation. Well, you know what? That's when you need to kick its ass. Get it done. Prove that you can do it instead of self-sabotaging. Now, as I say this, I can see myself doing this a million times. I've done this also. But it was so good that I seen this happening, because now I'm just like, oh, well, that's what I do to myself. I'm sure you do it to yourself. If your kids won't do something, you're like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm not going to. I've even seen people like, oh, I'm not going to pay this bill because they told me, they yelled at me. That woman that works there does not own the company. You're going to pay the bill regardless. If the woman yells at you or you feel bad or not, because you're hurting yourself by not doing it. You're hurting yourself by not achieving it. You're hurting yourself by not paying the bill. Now, not too long ago, I have been taught this is what you should do. You should lash out, but you're lashing out at your own self, your own responsibility, your own future. So when we can't take control of our situation or what's going on around us, let's just stop. Let's not react, because that's what we're doing. Reacting, and it's like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to work on my business, because you think you're hurting them, but you're always hurting yourself. And not too long ago, like I said, I thought that if I would stop doing this or wouldn't become this person, that I was hurting other people. But you're hurting yourself, because we are taught that love hurts. In my lifetime, when I seen love, it was pain, it was hitting, it was screaming. So when I grew up into my adult life and decided to find a husband, mate, whatever you might call it, my other half, then I attracted that love, pain, screaming, yelling. Now that I said the other half, I am in a situation now where I have a whole person. I am a whole person, and I will find a whole person, or I have found a whole person. So that's what I'm wanting to talk about. So when we always lash out, we think we're hurting the other person, but we're just hurting ourselves. So we have got to quit doing this. If we get in an argument, let's just sit back, and when you're saying, well, I'm not going to, do that business anymore, or I'm not going to pay that bill, then we need to, that's fine. You've said it. Let's calm down. Let's look at what we said and say, okay, if I don't do this, is it hurt? Who is this hurting? Because you're hurting yourself. So that's why we are coming aware. That's why we are having awakenings, because to realize that half of everything that we've learned is a lie. So we all are self-sabotaging ourselves in all these situations. We think, well, I'm not going to do this because it's going to harm them. That other person doesn't give a shit if you do it or not. I mean, a lot of these people, they don't even know you're not doing it. So just calm down, breathe in, and keep going. That situation will pass. Walk away from it if you have to. Because every time we are trying to control something, it's something about us. It's not about the other person. It's not. We all think, oh, that person hurt me. Well, what are you doing to hurt yourself? Don't let not that person hurt you. Don't let yourself hurt you in that situation and the thoughts that you're thinking. Because the only reason you're being hurt is because something inside of you is hurt. You are thinking thoughts that are not correct. So I know this maybe sounds weird to you, but this is the truth. Think about it. If you need some help with what I'm saying, message me. Believe me, this is true. I've done it myself. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to, run my business, or I'm not going to pay that bill, and it's hurting you. That's it. And for some reason, in our brains, we think it's hurting someone somewhere, but it's not. It all comes back to you. Everything comes back to you. All the stuff you do, it's either moving you forward, or holding you back. That's it. So, I love you all. I just wanted to put this message out here. It's totally true. If you need some help, just message me. But look at this beautiful sunshine. If you just start feeling sad, just look at the sun. It makes you feel better. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Bye.